Hi, I'm Sloan from SloanBella.com, and I'm back with my third video in a new crystal video series. And the third crystal that I've picked to talk about is also one of my favorites. You're gonna be like, they can't all be your favorites, but they really all are my favorites. I love them. This one is called Selenite. Selenite looks just like this. It's beautiful. It's an open, it comes in all kinds of different shapes. And let me just show you this shape. Love this. This is my brick of selenite. This is one that I keep with me. I have one behind me and I have one at my front door. I have them all under my kids' beds because selenite is an energy of complete protection. So it cleanses the aura when you walk by it. So you would use something like a selenite wand to cleanse yourself or anybody, your little kids, your cat, your dog, your horses, whatever walks around the neighborhood. It's used in Reiki quite a bit, but the way that this selenite works is basically it connects through the crown chakra. So it's one of the more elevated crystals in that its job is to access the other side and information. So when you use selenite, you want to hold the crystal in your hands like this and you want to rub it with your fingers, okay? Not your fingernails, but you want to rub it with your fingers, much like Lumerian. Anyway, you want to use your fingers to access the information of the crystal. So you want to stroke the crystal. This crystal energy resonates with this astrological sign of Taurus and the numerology number of 8. So it's really interesting though. It has a little bit of a twist because selenite allows us to basically open our minds in a different direction. And we will get images of past lives when we meditate with selenite. It's also angelic in its energy. So the highest part of who we can become and how we can express ourselves is opened up through the selenite. Now, a little trick that I use because I have so many people in and out of my house, and it's something that I like to do because let's say you come to me and you want to come for a reading and you're really cranky or you spent 4 hours in traffic or I don't know what. But anyway, you're going to come through my front door with all of the energy that you have on you, including when my kids come home from school when they were little, anybody coming through the front door, and I may not want to deal with your energy. So if I don't want to deal with your energy, I would like the negativity, if you carry it with you, to stay outside. So I always put a huge chunk of selenite by my front door, a chunk like this. I have an even bigger chunk by my front door, so that when you walk in, it's immediate protection. It's almost like a nice gentle hand says, no, the energy's not nice. You need to go back outside and wait. So the positive comes through the front door and the negative is removed. So when you walk by selenite, it's like you're cleaned immediately. The energy is cleaned all through your body. So you might want to get yourself a selenite wand, little piece of selenite to carry with you. Keep in mind, this crystal does not need cleaning. You can leave it on top of the amethyst. You can leave it by the other crystals so it can absorb the energy, but it isn't good in water. It does break down. Now, it's not going to break down like in 2 seconds. So I think if you put the selenite like in your kitchen water, left it in the dishwasher for like months, it might break down to nothing, but it will erode. I do use selenite in my metaphysical oil for meditation. So I put these little selenites into my oil and they do break down, but that's the point because I'm trying to make oil so that you can use it for meditation. And I need the selenite in it. It's also a cleansing oil. So if you have had a really shitty day and you come home and people have been screaming at you, or you got into a car accident, or someone told you something at your job and it's like just you can't deal with it, selenite is one of those cleansers that will take the negative energy from you and basically really align it with a higher vibration. So in negative energy, when you're looking at things that happen and why they happen to you, which is usually what people say, why did this happen to me? You want to understand that there's also a gift in anything that happens. Sometimes we have an urge to make things right or wrong. This is a negative experience. This is a positive experience. Now, let's say you get into a car accident. Obviously, that appears to be a negative experience, but that is the human judgment that we put on things. And sometimes there's a purpose, and selenite will open the door for the mind to see a different purpose in the experience. And that's what you want, because ultimately, in order to get a peaceful kind of alignment with the planet, you want to learn how to experience things in a way that they don't hold you hostage by bringing up resentment and anger towards things that you've experienced, and that you are able to grow and learn from those experiences. And selenite is exactly the crystal that does it. It's so beautiful. It has this almost angelic, shiny side to it. And there's another way that you can decorate with these bricks that I just love to haul around. That I just love to point out and haul around. But anyway, if you are to leave this like on a table as a showpiece, you can actually put colored light under it, change the light to make the crystal shine. It's spectacular. It's gorgeous. They even make lamps out of selenite that you can put your own lights underneath inside, and it just sparkles. It's really, really angelic. But the important thing about it is that it takes our energy and it takes the negativity and it actually neutralizes it so that we can see the situation for what it is. And that's what you want to have happen, especially when you have little kids. I shoved selenite under my kids' pillows when they were little, and they would come home all fighty and all cranky and all like that. I would put the selenite right under their pillow so that whatever it was that was bothering them would be absorbed in a way in which they could handle it without judgment or criticism towards the self. So selenite is really awesome for doing that. And it's something that you can carry and leave in your house. You can put it in your car. You can put it everywhere so that the energy around you is elevated to a level where you can always understand it. So nothing is catching you off guard with this. It's like your own little spirit angel protecting you. And that is why I love selenite so much. Also keep in mind, as it vibrates with a number 8 in numerology, which we know is a money-making cycle, in numerology, if you're in an 8 year or you're an 8, the focus is on the financial and the monetary. Now, what's interesting is if you can understand the situations that keep you stuck and harness that energy in a non-critical way, you can usually get around blocks work-wise by using selenite. So it's something you might want to keep on your desk, keep a piece near you, so that if a problem arises, you're able to actually process it and see how you can neutralize your feelings about it, become more flexible, and then pull the money in. And because it works with a Taurus vibe to it, it's all things Taurus. But it's all things Taurus, not in the mundane or the earthbound world, but in the spiritual world. Because I haven't met a lot, but there's some Tauruses that are very hooked up to the other side. And by the other side, I mean the side that we can't see, the spiritual side, the metaphysical side. And selenite connects to that part. So it helps to ground you from the other side with universal information so that while you're on this side, you can become more flexible in your own day-to-day situations. So selenite is a must-have in your crystal toolbox. I so love it. And again, this is what it looks like. It's a beautiful white shiny crystal. I don't even think this picture does it justice. And when you walk by it by your front door and walk back out, it cleans your energy every time you go by it. It's a little trick. It's beautiful. I just place mine out on a plate by the front door, and it is harmonious to anybody and anything that comes to my house. So it cleanses you in and cleanses you out. I also make the selenite oil. If you're interested, you can go to my website, which is sloanbella.com. And once again, this is Sloan from sloanbella.com.